All right, let's go ahead and call the Senate to order. Sergeant Arms will please secure the chamber doors. Members, please take your seats. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. President,
All right, Senators, we are very pleased to have with us today Pastor Derek Miller of St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Ellicott City, Maryland, guest of the distinguished senator from the 9th District. Please rise for the invocation.
Good morning. Before we pause to pray, we remember and honor the indigenous people that once belonged to this land, particularly the Piscataway and Susquehannock peoples. We express our gratitude for their witness to how we live honorably and humbly. May we always remember that the earth does not belong to us, that we belong to the earth, and that we are all relatives in life. May God help us to learn from past mistakes and be instruments of justice and peace for all people. Let us pray. All-loving God, on this first day of March, as we turn the page from Black History Month to the first day of Women's History Month, we give thanks for those women who have served and currently serve our nation, our state of Maryland, and the local communities represented in this body. We give thanks for the women, and the rest of us, who continue the work of leaving this world better than they found it. May we and each of these legislators remain mindful of our solemn responsibility to work on behalf of something greater than ourselves. We have inherited a sacred trust. Those who have labored before us have worked in faith that others will carry on their work begun but never completed. They trusted us without knowing us. The senators of this body have been granted positions of public trust and today carry with them the sacred responsibility of representation, of faithful work, and of accountable and listening leadership. And those who will be here when we are but of blessed memory will one day trust that we have done our best to also serve them without having met them. Sacred trust holds together the past, the present, and the future, and such a sacred trust demands sacred assistance. So we ask, God of our yesterdays, God of our tomorrows, and God who is ever present with us, come and be our help. By your grace and strength, may each of us become more faithful co-workers with you and one another, stewarding this sacred trust for the sake of love, of justice, and of the common good. May this Senate live up to our state motto, accomplishing strong deeds together while speaking gentle words to one another, that all may flourish. Bless those who work for justice, and shield all those who need protection, for you are love, and we all come from love. Amen. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. Wonderful invocation this morning, and if there's no objections, if we could journalize the invocation and thank our pastor for gracing us today with a nice beginning spirit, though. Thank you. All right. Has everyone recorded their presence in the chamber? It appears almost so. All right. The clerk will take the call. With 41 members in the chamber and a quorum being present, the Senate of Maryland is now in session. Senators, just very briefly, I do want to just kind of very, very, very briefly comment on yesterday and the incident that we all experienced. A number of committees were in the midst of meeting and met throughout as everything was happening. Most importantly, I just want to thank the members of law enforcement, our Sergeant-at-Arms, our state troopers, the Capitol Police. I was mentioning to them yesterday, there was not it was a surreal moment, but there wasn't a moment where I felt scared in any way because the protocols were operated immediately. It was very clearly taken on. We've got a number of lessons that we've learned. So to some degree, there was an opportunity to really improve our systems moving forward. I've mentioned to a number of you about the communication system that we procured and contracted with Motorola on Monday. It is the Rave Alert system that will be available on campus. The contract is signed and done. It's in the testing phase. So, of course, do I wish we had it yesterday? Most certainly. But we will have it moving forward. And I know there were some communication issues that folks were that had questions about. I would say that 99% of those will be dealt with this Rave Alert system, and that the speaker and I have been really pushing to make sure that we have a system in place. So the testing is going to be happening. We're actually obviously expediting that this weekend, but we don't want to roll it out until it has been tested and then we can rely on it. But at the end of the day, everyone was safe. The protocols were followed, and this is the sad reality of what we have to experience. And the only way through it is to be prepared and stay calm. And I think that's what we saw happen yesterday. So thank you all for your working through it, to you and your staff and to members of the Department of Legislative Services. It's an unsettling event, but everyone was safe at the end of the day, and that's what matters most. So thank you all. We have. Not yet. Okay. Let's do we have any introductions today? Yes. Chair recognizes Senator, our Majority Whip, Senator from Prince George's.
Thank you, Mr. President. Point of personal privilege. I know we talked about the lockdown yesterday, but I have to stand this morning, and I think that the senators and everyone in this room will agree. We just cannot thank law enforcement. These police officers did such an impeccable job yesterday. They went far and beyond the call of duty. They protected us, took care of us. I can't tell you how much better I feel having been here with officers with such integrity, and they were serious about their job. And I think this day should not go by without each of us in this room giving a standing ovation to our law enforcement officers, but also for every officer you see today walking along, you all need to say thank you. So let's stand and give. Is that all right, Mr. President?
I think it is more than appropriate.
Let's stand and give
please.
our law enforcement officers a round of applause.
Well said. Well said. Well said. Excellent. Chair
Did it
recognizes.
before I came in, Mr. President? Oh, we'll do it again and again and again.
Well, thank you. Oh, one moment, just Senator from District 4.
Thank you, Mr. President. As a point of personal privilege, it would now be the appropriate time to move a number of my bills? Thank you.
Appreciate your service, sir. Senator from the 37th, do we have something? No? We have Teachers of the Day are going to be joining us today in just a bit. So I think they are over in the house. So we may just go ahead and get started, and then we'll just pause and break when we get in between. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Unless there are any other introductions? If not, so be considered the reading of the journal from the prior legislative day. We have introduction of Senate bills. Clerk will read the bills.
Senate Bill 1179, Senator Jackson, Procurement, University Systems of Maryland, Morgan State University, and St. Mary's College of Maryland rules.
Majority Leader moves so be considered the reading of the bills. They'll be referred to the Rules Committee. We have Senate Bond Initiatives number 38. Clerk will read the bond initiatives.
Number 1, Senator Gallion, Rising Sun High School Stadium, Budget and Taxation. Number 2, Senator Gallion, Shucks Road Park, Budget and Taxation.
Majority Leader moves so be considered the reading of the bond initiatives. We will refer them to the Capital Budget Subcommittee. We've got some House bills, a number of House bills. This is calendar number 7. Clerk will read the bills.
House Bill 103, Delegate Bagnall, Maryland Medical Assistance Program, Dental Services Coverage and Rate Study, Finance. House Bill 127, Chair, Health and Government Operations Committee, Public Health, Non-Occupational Prophylaxis Standing Order Program Establishment, Finance.
Majority Leader moves so be considered the reading of the House bills. They'll be referred to the appropriate standing committee. Let's see if we are ready for this one. Special order calendar number 29. Do we have an amendment ready for this one? Clerk will read the bill.
House Bill 125, Senator Lewis Young, residential property sales, contract disclosures, Superfund sites. Questions on the adoption of the one amendment offered from the floor by Senator Lewis Young.
All right, question is on the floor amendment. Let's hear from the chair of the committee.
Sure. I think, well, on the amendment, I think that amendment will be withdrawn. We have a substitute amendment, which is not done yet. So
Okay.
Procedurally, I'd like to probably withdraw that and then special order it, or is it before us?
You already did. Okay, motion to lay the bill over would be in order.
I'll lay the bill over.
All right, the chair moves to lay the bill over. Motion's in order, and the bill and the amendment will lay over under the rule. We did not, so it'll sit there. All right. Let's double check timing-wise. No? Okay. Oh, yes, Chair recognizes the President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, we have behind us here in the gallery Prince George's County Online Campus. If we could have them rise. And let's just give them a big round of applause for
Welcome.
the learners that they are. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Senator. Thank you so much for joining us today. Great to see you all. Thank you. Hope you enjoy your time in Annapolis. Wonderful. Thanks. Very good. All right, we've got third readers. I guess we can just jump into them if we're. Maybe we. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and start. We'll start with the third readers. Okay. Can we do a quorum call before we start third reading calendar?
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, the clerk will take the call. With 43 members in the chamber and a quorum being present, the Senate of Maryland remains in session. This is third reading calendar number 29. Clerk will read the first bill.
Senate Bill 36, Senator Benson, Correctional Services, Investigation of Suspected Homicide, Reporting.
All right, Senate Bill 36 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 42 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 36, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 119, Senator Lamb, Legally Protected Health Care, Gender Affirming Treatment.
This one, I think we are potential. Chair recognizes the minority leader.
Mr. President, can we just special order this until Tuesday?
Until Tuesday. Are there any objections? Without objection, the bill will be special ordered to the appropriate time on Tuesday. Clerk, read the next bill.
Senate Bill 162, Senator Waldstreicher, Landlord and Tenant Termination of Residential Lease, Limitations of Liability for Rent.
All right, Senate Bill 162 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 44 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 162, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 183, Senator Bailey, State Procurement, Prompt Payment of Suppliers.
Senate Bill 183 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 43 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 183, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 298, Chair, Education, Energy, and the Environment Committee, State Board of Electricians, Licensing Penalties.
Senate Bill 298 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. 38 votes in the affirmative. Senate Bill 298, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk, read the next bill.
Senate Bill 354, Senator Waldstreicher, Montgomery County and Prince George's County Rent Court Workforce Solutions Pilot Program.
Senate Bill 354 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, the clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 43 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 354, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 391, Senator Kelly, Criminal Law, Sexual Extortion, Stalking, and Revenge Porn, Statute of Limitations in Bank Review.
Senate Bill 391 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 44 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 391 having received a constitutional majority is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 397, Senator Folden, Vehicle Laws, Military Vehicles Registration and Operation.
Senate Bill 397 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 44 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 397, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 442, Senator Bidel, Street Racing and Exhibition Driving, Prohibited Acts, Enforcement and Penalties.
Senate Bill 442 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 44 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 442, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 524, Senator Emma Washington, General Assembly Committee Chairs and Vice Chairs, Gender Neutral Language.
Senate Bill 524 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 44 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 524, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 547, Senator Elfreth, Wildlife Traveling Animal Acts, Prohibition.
Senate Bill 547 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 37 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 547, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 774, Senator Ferguson, Public Safety, Maryland Entertainment District Security Grant Program.
Senate Bill 774 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 44 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 774, have received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 916, Senator Brooks, Fish and Wildlife, Endangered and Threatened Species, Definitions, Petitions, and Regulations.
Senate Bill 916 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 39 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 916, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. All right, we have some guests that we would like to bring in, and so this is our annual Teachers of the Year. We're going to ask that the clerk read off each of the individual members, each of the individual teachers from each county, and then we will do one resolution, and then we will have the Maryland Teacher of the Year join us for a second resolution. So if we are ready, Madam Clerk.
Allegheny County, Dr. Joseph Thompson. Baltimore City, Jared Perry. Baltimore County, Beverly Folkoff. Calvert County, John S. Allen. Caroline County, Robert Honer. Carroll County, Lauren Stevens. Cecil County, Brianne Soder. Charles County, Michelle L. Bradshaw. Dorchester County, Brianna D. Beulah. Frederick County, Nicole Rhodes. Garrett County, Allie Shilp. Harford County, Michael Brogley. Howard County, Dr. Laura Moore. Kent County, Mary J. McGee. Montgomery County, Shannon H. McKenzie. Prince George's County, Mary Truman. Queen Anne's County, Andrea M. Schulte. St. Mary's County, Alicia Swan. Somerset County, Tanya L. Cunningham Raycrow. Talbot County, Cindy Rossbach. Washington County, Raymond Weber. Wacomico County, Tara Martins. Worcester County, Dr. Jamie Ridgely.
All right, these are our Teachers of the Year from across the state. Madam Clerk, I believe we have a resolution. If we could read the resolution in full.
Be it hereby known to all that the Senate of Maryland offers its sincerest congratulations as being selected as the 2023-2024 Teachers of the Year for your jurisdictions. We applaud your outstanding contributions to enhancing the education of Maryland students. Congratulations. The entire membership extends its best wishes on this memorable occasion and directs this resolution be presented on this first day of March 2024.
The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their vote? If so, the clerk will take the call. To the wonderful, wonderful, amazing teachers, the 2023-24 Teachers of the Year, the Senate of Maryland unanimously celebrates you and congratulates you. Thank you. This truly is our best and brightest from across the state. However, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We have another. If we could invite the Maryland Teacher of the Year, who hails from none other than our home county here, Anne Arundel County, Miss Mary K. Connerton. Please, if you could come up and join me. Madam Clerk, we have a resolution for the Maryland Teacher of the Year. If we could please read the resolution in full.
Be it hereby known to all that the Senate of Maryland offers its sincerest congratulations to Mary K. Connerton for being in recognition of being selected as the 2023-2024 Maryland State Teacher of the Year. We applaud your outstanding contributions to enhancing the education of Maryland students. Congratulations. The entire membership extends its best wishes on this memorable occasion and directs this resolution be presented on this first day of March 2024.
The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their vote? If so, the clerk will take the call. To Ms. Connerton, the Senate of Maryland unanimously celebrates your incredible accomplishments in being the Maryland Teacher of the Year. Congratulations. The floor is yours.
Good morning, Senators. Good morning. It is an esteemed honor to be in the presence of the General Assembly today as Maryland's 2024 State Teacher of the Year. I am humbled and privileged to be serving as the representative of the teachers across our beautiful state and alongside the gifted teachers in our amazing cohort who represent every county in our state as their Teacher of the Year. Give them another applause. Each of us here have transformed teaching into our own beautiful craft, impacting the lives of our students and those around us. My transformation happened organically, developed from starting my career 14 years ago as a special educator and using wellness practices to get my students ready to learn. I witnessed academic growth from a class average of 24% in quarter 1 to 85% in quarter 3. I was able to see my students become more comfortable, confident, and able to self-regulate through the power of wellness practices. Seeing this positive impact catapulted me into creating Anne Arundel County's first district-wide yoga and mindfulness physical education program, and then the wellness program that I facilitate at Annapolis High School. This program has demonstrated in all aspects of the whole school community the powerful impact that wellness has and how it is the thread that unites us. Such things as our AP Physics students scoring 3 times higher than our global average after practicing meditation in class. Over 60% of staff reporting it contributing to teacher retention through having monthly wellness practices. And then students from severe trauma voicing the space and comfort that the wellness program has offered them. This programming works. The data supports it. Our children and community members deserve it. The equitable access to mental health and wellness resources, regardless of their backgrounds, abilities, and identities. When we address the whole student, the whole individual, everyone thrives. Every child, every person in the state of Maryland deserves equitable access to mental health and well-being resources. My mission is to continue to share this message and to develop programming that will provide all students across the state with access to these resources in the schoolhouse. The fact of the matter is that my mission would not have been what it is today through the sole work of my own 2 hands. My mission is what it is because of the work of the hands of many. And I've been blessed to have had so many sets of hands on my journey, from my own loving family to my incredible Annapolis High School Panther family, the progressive school leaders of Anne Arundel County Public Schools, to the unconditional love and support from the District Teacher of the Year coordinators, Jen Lombardi and Megan Wilmore, to our dynamic superintendent, Dr. Mark Bedell, who ensures that everyone belongs, grows, and succeeds, and to now the Maryland State Department of Education Teacher of the Year supports in Regina Simpson and Kelly Manley. And the ultimate sets of hands, which I bet you can guess who I'm going to say, is the hands of my students who entrusted me in integrating wellness practices into their educational career and daily lives. So I stand here with a grateful heart to those who believed in my mission, and now I extend my hands to all of you here today in hopes that we can all work together to create equitable access to all mental well-being resources in our whole school communities. Because remember, the fact of the matter is that the mission would not be possible from the work of one person's hands, but the work of the hands of many. So let's join hands and create the shift that we and our future generations deserve to be healthy and well. Thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart. Take care and be well. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.
Well, thank you to each of the incredible Teachers of the Year. You all have such an independent story, I'm sure. I am so grateful for the work that you do, and as is every member of the Senate here. I believe we're also joined by our Interim Superintendent, Carrie Wright, so thank you as well for being with us and doing such a wonderful job as you've come in this year, and thank you. Thank you for also bringing in these wonderful folks who we just are so grateful for. We truly, truly appreciate you. Senator from District 30?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Colleagues, I'm so grateful to share our Maryland Teacher of the Year with my good friend and colleague, the Senator from District 33. She lives in District 33, but teaches right here in District 30 in Annapolis High School. And I actually heard of Ms. Connerton before I met her. I ran into her husband while door knocking years and years ago, and he mentioned the innovative, creative work that she's doing for all of our students. And I think the lesson that she is teaching everybody here is we need to look at more than just grade point averages and test scores, but really teach lifelong skills to students so that they can be holistic participants, not just in the classroom, but in our community. And I'm just so grateful for your approach and the lessons that you are not just limited to Annapolis High School anymore. They are truly spreading throughout the county and throughout the state. So we're just so proud of you. And I ask that her remarks be journalized, Mr. President.
Certainly, and thank you. Most certainly, thank you, Senator, and we will journalize the remarks. Normally we would do this at the beginning, but I think we're almost done for the day, so if you all have time, we'll ask you to go into the lounge, and then members, after we finish, if you'd like to take pictures with your individual Teacher of the Year, we'll make sure that we can accommodate that right following session. So we'll be back there in maybe 5 minutes or so. Thank you all again. Wonderful day. All right. Let's see. We have, I think are there any committee announcements here? Let's see if do we have committee announcements? Chair of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. President. Finance is working hard. We're having hearings today at 1 o'clock, 8
Excellent.
bills. Thank you.
Wonderful. 1 o'clock. Yes. Education, Energy, and the Environment.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. This morning we had 2 bills from the governor. We need to reconvene at 12:30 to finish up the 2 governor's bills. Then we'll take the 9 bills that have been previously scheduled, and then we're going to do some voting. So that's the sequence,
day.
12:30, and then everything else after.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Chair of Budget and Tax. Breaking the...
Thank you, Mr. President. On Monday at 1 o'clock, Public Safety and Health subcommittees will meet.
Excellent. Chair of Judicial Proceedings.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Judicial Proceedings Committee will meet at 12:30 to resume our voting session.
12:30 for continued voting. Additional standing committees. Chair of the Rules Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. The Rules Committee will meet right after the floor in the red room for a very quick meeting, please. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Very quick meeting. Very quick meeting. It'll be very, very fast. It'll be very fast. Yes, Senator from 33rd District.
Thank you, Mr. President. Is it appropriate time now to thank our pages? And
Yes, actually, give us one moment. Let's do executive noms.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. President. Executive nominations will meet Monday at 5 o'clock.
The vacation is over. Off to work. 5 o'clock. Senator from District 44.
Thank you very much. Baltimore County's delegation will be meeting at 3:30 on Monday in the Verda Welcome Room.
3:30 for Baltimore County. Any other announcements for committees or caucuses related? If not, oh yes, Chair of keep doing that. Prince George's County.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Prince George's County, we have a meeting on Monday at 4 o'clock with MDOT. Monday, 4 o'clock, MDOT virtual.
Excellent. All right. Any other announcements? Let's hear from our co-chair of our protocol committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, this is our second week with these pages, so we just wanted to thank them for their service with us, and if you could give them each a round of applause as I list them. Our
And
first
actually,
is...
if we could, for this one, this is the first one of the year, I think, do we have this? Okay,
Right.
So are we going to have them come up to the front and...
That's my understanding, right, with the minority leader?
Minority leader and majority leader join us up front for the pages. All right. Senator may proceed.
All right. So the first we have Indu Bodala from Anne Arundel County, District 32. All right, next we have Flamatu Fofana from Carroll County, District 5, a student at Liberty High School. All right, next we have Demi Ifedayo Adeshida from Baltimore City, District 43, Baltimore City College student. Okay, next we have Abhishek Iyer from Howard County, District 9, a student at Centennial High School. And next we have Amelia Lang, Montgomery County, District 14, a student at James Hubert Blake High School. And finally, we have Scott Pauley from Baltimore County, District 30, a student at Calvert Hall College High School. All right. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you to our pages.
Yes, thank you to the pages. They did a phenomenal job. They were energetic, interested, engaged. They were all over the place. Really a phenomenal group here, and we're so proud of you. So thank you all very, very much. Thank you.
Yes, thank you,
yes,
Mr.
please.
President. Just to supplement my prior announcement, in addition to what I said about today, on Monday we will be meeting for bill hearings at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. on Monday.
1 p.m. for Triple E on Monday. Busy. All right, any other announcements for the good? Yes, Chair, or excuse me, the Majority Leader?
EBA Subcommittee
Oh, yes.
Committee Chair, we will be meeting, I've got to go to rules, but we will be meeting as quickly after that as we can.
Excellent. So, right after EBA Subcommittee will be meeting. Any other announcements? If not, oh, yes, Senator from District 45.
HHS will be meeting 11:30, Mr. President.
What time?
Right after floor session.
Okay, oh, after the floor. Okay. Any further announcements? If not, Madam Clerk, if we could do a quorum call.
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, the clerk will take the call. With 44 members in the chamber and a quorum being present, the Senate of Maryland remains in session. The chair recognizes the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate of Maryland stand adjourned until Monday, March 4th at 8 p.m.
Without objection, so ordered. Have a safe, happy, and healthy weekend, and see you Monday.